The first day of national orientation got off to a rocky start on Monday as thousands of public school students attended face-to-face sessions. Some parents expressed concern over the Ministry of Education's back-to-school plan, while the Bahamas Union of Teachers president called for teachers and students to be tested for COVID-19. However, while educational officials are touting the virtual platform, some parents haven't bought into it. Pedro Smith says virtual school is especially difficult for her as a single and unemployed mother.
My kid's dad just died. I'm unemployed. I can't buy 3 laptops. It ain't work. I can't. I gotta buy grocery and this other stuff. That don't make no sense. I'd rather them go back to school and wear their masks. It don't make any sense. Because my children stay falling asleep. Waste of time. And then my children looking this way and that way.
Meantime, while health officials confirming that New Providence remains the epicenter for COVID-19 in the Bahamas, BUT President Belinda Wilson is calling for more stringent measures.
We are especially concerned about the increasing numbers of positive COVID-19 cases in New Providence and the deaths. So, we are requesting that testing be done for teachers and students, as the schools can become a breeding ground for a COVID-19 outbreak.
Her comments came just before orientation began on Monday. The process will be staggered throughout the week. Government High School was one of the schools to hold orientation today. Before students were allowed on the school's campus, their temperatures were taken and they were made to sanitize their hands. And with an increasing school population, Principal Eloise Wim says the safety of teachers and students is critical.
In the classroom, you will see the 6 feet distancing. Every classroom has hand sanitizers in them. Students are all wearing masks. Now, because of the economy, and we realize that many parents have lost jobs, we're not pushing the uniform right now. And so there will be some students that don't have uniform, but we are not denying them from being a part of this orientation today.
As for break and lunch times, Wim says the school will implement staggered lunch and break times and will also implement a curbside method to provide lunch for students once face-to-face learning resumes. While orientation is face-to-face, public schools on New Providence, Abaco, and Eleuthera will hold virtual classes, while schools on all other islands are permitted to open for face-to-face instructions. Meantime, Wilson says the union only became aware of National Orientation Week after it was reported in the media. Minister of Education Jeff Lloyd announced the move in Parliament last week, but Wilson says there seems to be a disconnect between the Minister of Education and the Director.
For months, it has been said that public schools will open 100% virtually. So why at the 9th hour are we being told that orientation will be face-to-face? The registration was supposedly completed on the Ministry of Education portal online. There is definitely a disconnect between the utterances of the Minister of Education and the action of the Director of Education.
We reached out to Education Director Marcellus Taylor, however he declined to respond to the union in a public setting. Reporting for the Guardian News Network, I'm Berthany McDermott.